So, guess what? I just read that VHS and DVDs are making a bit of a comeback these days. So what? I can almost hear someone going off like, so what? What's the big deal, right? Well, what's even a VHS? Well, if you're old enough to remember what the VHS is, that's it. You're old enough. I didn't really think this part through. But anyway, by the way, I'm only 29. I'm not even that old.
Keep your eye on the little P.
For some people. But anyway, nothing like owning a hard copy of your favorite movie or a video game. Even books make you feel so much better when it's a physical copy in your hands, not just some lousy file on your tablet, you know? Because all of these Netflix and Amazon subscription services are just so drab and sterile. That's a really good term for it, sterile, you know? You have them all at the tip of your finger, and who the hell just closed that floodgate behind my back? Who wasn't? Like, didn't I leave that whole area cleared out, literally everyone dead and kissing the dust? No? Someone must have smashed the button to seal the gates again, because that's what it takes. It takes smashing that button. By the way, this chopper is annoying, so this got me thinking, what if I fell back to mount that machine gun up at the control tower with this chopper on my tail? It would take slipping past the gates while they're still open, but I've got this. Don't worry. I'm just going to back up a little, and then as soon as I hear the chopper, I'm going to slam the gas and just, oh yeah, there we go. And so I'm up at the control tower, about to hop on that mounted machine gun and start chipping away at that chopper out there. Okay, well, this one is much tougher than the last one. The last one went down in flames much faster. Oh, what was that? Was that the pilot punching out? Was that it? Oh, come on. Why won't you die already? Jesus, this guy is tough as hell.
Good to see. Oh, you've been joined by a beautiful lady. There's a man, actually, Derek.
Either this guy is not meant to go down, like maybe he's scripted to be alive and kick in whatever happens, or I don't know. Oh, there we go. Finally, yes. Looks like, yes, he's going down. Haha. I told you this would, I told you I could do this. And look, already now you can tell that this Metro Cop looks, different, very different. Well, that's because that was no Metro Cop, but a Combine soldier. So far, we've only been fighting the local police force, so to speak, but this is a different branch of the Combine forces on Earth. And there it is, the chopper, ripped all to shreds by my 20-inch mounted machine gun. Now, this is all nice and dandy, but something is telling me that I just screwed myself over big time simply by pulling back here to, tussle it out with this fella. And the reason being is because, well, the gate is now sealed and the button is not working. I don't know, it's jammed or something. So yeah, I'm now stuck in here with no way out of this place. Well, so much for, being a smartass, I suppose. Alright, so I'm back in my airboat, aka Mudskipper, and I'm not making the same mistake twice. So we're doing it, the normal way, the way it's meant to be done. And I'm just going to stop by real quick just to investigate this little dead end, just a dead end. Well, there's nothing here, I'm gonna be doing this throughout this entire series, not just this chapter, but throughout the entire series. Because I'm only doing, this is something that's been on my bucket list for a while. By the way, there is another nice little nuke or cranny to stop by. And this is Lambda Cache number 13. Or, no. Actually, I'm full of shit. I'm being full of shit today. This is cache number 14, right? So make sure to, to just pull over and clean it out just for a split second. Obviously, only if you're on the lookout for these Lambda caches. Otherwise, really just don't bother. Don't waste your time. Feel free to stuff your head up your ass and just blow through this entire chapter. Because I know some people hate chapter route canal. they really think that it's boring. But I feel like this is a journey. This playing through this game, this is a big journey. And once I complete this series, I'm gonna be like, it's just another checkbox that has been ticked off on my list. I can't even speak proper English today for some reason. I don't know what's happening to me. I find it very difficult to just pull my thoughts together, and I don't know, it's a bit foggy upstairs, but I'm having a ton of fun. And so what's back here? Oh, look, this is one of the most curious tags or graffitis that you can find in this game. And it's really like anyone's guess what it represents, but I think it's pretty straightforward. What it really is just it shows 3 different phases of human evolution. So basically we went from apes, not monkeys, from apes or like great apes, whatever, like not chimps necessarily, but you know what I mean, right? Apes. So we went from there to humans, and then from humans to transhumans. So this is, like one of those propaganda graffitis, really just kind of, like buttering you up to accept the benefits of like being one with the Combine, because, like transhumans are so much more awesome than just being a human. I suppose that's what it means. Because even Dr. Breen, in one of his Breencasts, mentions that for the first time in our history, mankind is on the verge of immortality. But at what price? Seriously, think of it as real life. Someone offers you immortality, but the price is you've been turned into a mindless drone, just serving a regime of some sort, not necessarily, the Combine, but whatever. But yeah, in return, they make you immortal. But that's it. You've been reduced to just a mindless husk, more or less. Because if you think of immortality, the only time it's a boon is when you have all that time, which is like infinity, essentially. Make sure to pop back here for these, batteries for my HEV suit. So infinity is only a boon when you have it all to yourself. You can enjoy it and do whatever you want, and your thoughts are still your thoughts. But if you're just a slave, that sounds more like a curse to me. Like being a slave for eternity. Someone. That's dumb. All right, well, this chopper is getting just a tad too annoying. Now, make sure to drop down here for this SMG grenade, for my grenade launcher. Now, if you blow through that part, odds are you will skip over that battery and you will never pick it up. So make sure to kind of slow down a little bit. And now, don't blow through here. There is Lambda Cache number 15 up there. Obviously, the only way to get up there is to kind of ram it down, right? Just ram your airboat into it and then just crush and just break, these crates with your airboat simply by speeding into them. That's it. And now we can move on and pick up where we left off. Now, this part is a little tricky. The airboat handling is kind of janky at best. So it might take a few tries to kind of, hold on. Don't blow through here either. Because if you pay attention, look, that's a human skull. Someone's been placing human skulls all over the canals. And I've been kind of on the lookout for these. I know each and every one of them. If there are more, the Half-Life 2 fans are still, have yet to discover more. But, so far there's only I think 13 or 14 total. And I know every single one of them by memory. So I'm going to be stopping by to show them off to you guys. Each and every one of them. So this chopper really, it kind of it's more annoying than deadly. Now, obviously, if you just, stall out completely and, just stand there soaking up all the, hot lead and damage, you will die eventually. But, so long as you're on the move, this chopper is more of a... What the hell? Did I just get stuck on this barrel? Get off. Get out. Get out of my face. And, so that chopper, really, unless you're completely static... by the way, I'm playing on hard difficulty, so
Did you grab anything when you walked out the door?
I grabbed nothing but 2 Tortino's pizza out of the refrigerator and my doggy, and we left. That's it. I tried to grab some other things.
I'm playing on hard difficulty, and even now, right, it takes some time and effort to die. So really, just make sure you don't run over these proximity mines that this fucker, like is dropping in your face, like I just did. You see what happens. So this is obviously like the easiest way to sap all that health and suit juice simply by like running into these bombs. And speaking of bombs, this is one of those bombs. This is Lambda Cache number 16. By the way, this is a very, very precarious situation. I don't know why I had to call it that, precarious, but anyway, I thought for a second my ass was cooked, right? Because I was like out in the open in that chopper's sights. I could almost hear the pilot going like elated and happy, like, I got him in my sights, Put your hands in the air like you just don't care, say woof. Anyway, and look, we are at supply cache number 17. I'm sorry, Lambda cache number 17. So it's raining gifts and goodies on me today, and I'm loving it. The game totally loves me. By the way, what happened to that building over there? It's been just blown clean open. The top of the building, that is. And I'm gonna leave my airboat behind for just a second because there's a few things I gotta do. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. And what it is in my case is I have some metro cups and barnacles to take out. There's like a few barnacles just hanging from these bridges. There's one bridge and there's another one right up ahead. So these barnacles, look, this is 100% playthrough. I'm not blowing through this part without checking off every little box. So I'm not. Those crosses again. Look at that. Did someone die? Anyway, you know what? Never mind. Who cares, right? Who gives a shit? What's the most British way you can think of to say who cares? Who gives bollocks? Would that count as something, they would only say in Britain? Who gives bollocks? Anyway, if you're from Britain watching this, I'm sorry. I have nothing against the British people. Especially the good people. The good Brits, Some of you guys are awesome. And then some of you are complete idiots. And if you're thinking I'm American saying this, thinking, oh, look, we got another, upstock American, taking a hot steaming dump on the Brits just because he's got a huge stick up his ass. No, I'm not even from America, so never mind. I'm not American, trust me. I'm the furthest thing you can be from American. Neither am I Aussie, because if I was, I would be saying stuff like, oi, oi, oi. Anyway, I really gotta stop with all these stereotypes. I love you all, guys. Every single person in the world. You guys deserve, good things, And speaking of, the game, I really feel like I should really just stop messing around because my health is dropping really fast, and this guy ain't slowing down. He's not slowing down on me. Look at that. My health is at 61, but there was another barnacle, and I just had to, kind of pull over for just a second to feed this barnacle some hot lead. That's what I do. I'm a closer. That's who I am. I want to say closer. I mean that I like to close things out. Would that even make sense? If there's something I got to do, like a mission or an assignment, I don't bail. I don't bail out on my assignments. I close them out. Is that is it something people would only say like in North America? Close it out. What am I saying today? Bullshit. So all these crates, they gotta go. Every crate's gotta go. Now, there's nothing inside these crates, obviously, because they're too large and they're not marked. By the way, this is like bullshit, right? All these crates, and they've been keeping them around everywhere throughout the entire game, and yet nothing ever shows up inside these crates. Not even just some junk, just some random items, junk, props. It's just empty crates all over the goddamn game. That makes very little sense, if at all. And, by the way, welcome to the boathouse, or whatever they call it. It's not clear which side it belongs to. I have yet to see any, definitive signs of either side being in charge of this place. But we have some wall chargers on the wall, which is too posh for the resistance, those goddamn bombs. So it's got to be a civil protection outpost, or at least it was recently. And the thing is, the game wants you to spin this crank and lower the lift with the airboat on it, but the truth is, you don't have to do any of this nonsense. I'm going to demonstrate it just for the sake of doing it, but in reality, it's just a waste of time. Feel free to just land here, soak up all the health and suit juice you need, and then move on via this exit down here. That's the way to do it. See, I simply skipped over that whole lift thing by dropping down from the top in my airboat. And there's no penalty for that. Thank you, Gaben. Oh, and yeah, now speaking of the plot, I must have really pissed off the Combine big time because they've been calling in every unit in proximity, including airstrikes. Not airstrike, not necessarily, but artillery strikes. There we go. Like all of that to slow down one guy, just one man. Like I feel really good about myself today. I'm so proud of myself, like ruffling all these feathers. By the way, if you stop by to investigate, you will realize that these are not just props. These shells are as real as they come. And when I say that, I mean that they are going to release some head crabs. Now, obviously, it really is not a really good idea to just like pull over and crowbar all those head crabs. Not with this chopper on your ass and like raining hot lead down upon you. There I go again, saying like raining hot lead down upon you. That sounds a little like redundant. Is that even redundant? Whatever. So now that I'm really low on health, I'm really just running out of health. And I'm about to get my ass kicked. Oh, yeah. Well, there I go. You see, user fatality. So that's what you get for kind of like investigating and being a curious guy. So I'm not doing that again. No. So never mind these assholes, like raining head crab shells down upon you, up on you, just down on you, whatever. Like let it rain hot lead today. I don't give a shit. I don't give bollocks, right? I don't give bollocks. So I'm just going to speed through this part of the canals. That doesn't mean I'm not investigating. I am stopping by to investigate every nook and cranny. Speaking of which, there's this. I know it full well every single time. I know there's nothing up here, so I'm kind of wasting my time. But I'm doing it on camera, so I might as well act like, what's there? And this is not a blind playthrough. I've played this game. Like that's why I'm such a big fucking expert. Also, I'm very humble. I'm a very humble person, so I didn't just say that. And no, look, we're now pulling into one of the most curious parts of this chapter. Not even sure what this particular location is called. I'm just gonna call it a ramp puzzle. One of the many. I think this is like the second time that we have to figure out, like how to raise a ramp so we can ramp over and yada, yada, yada. So the first time was like way early on in the canals, but this is the second time. And this time we have to really just put all that, like MIT IQ to good use and, just drop all this junk, this tire, this cinder block, this barrel, all of it. Drop it into this elevator or lift or take your pick. And then release this another cinder block. There we go. That should be, and then if you release the lever, that should show you just how high the ramp is raised.
DD mega doo-doo. I'm sorry, man.
So obviously there's not enough weight. What if I added myself to it? What if I just like piled myself on? Well, that does look like enough, weight, but can't just stay in that elevator. So we got to figure this out, right? There's got to be more to this place, more items, more junk to be piled on and erase that ramp. And what's back here? Oh, there we go. There's a zombie, right? And by the way, this sheds some light on zombie biology in this game, which means that zombie was completely submerged in water, right? Like had from head to toe, and yet it did not drown, right? Not only that, but the second I approached, the second I was close enough, it just came like jolt into his feet and springing up out of that water, growling and like ready to tear me to shreds, as if it knew I was close enough. But doesn't like sound get a little muffled and distorted underwater? So anyway, that just really raises a really like curious question for me. How does zombie biology even work in this game? Do you, like, the second a head crab has latched onto your head, does it somehow seal up all of your, like, nostrils and nose and ears, and now your head is completely waterproof, so you can, I don't know, like, just, like, go underwater and just hang out there infinitely without drowning? How does that even work? Right? So that is a really, like, curious question. I might have to look into that, because, like, apart from this playthrough series, I also do, like, separate videos on Half-Life. So I might want to investigate that. I honestly doubt even Valve know the answer to that. I honestly doubt that. It's probably just a gameplay thing more than it is a lore thing. But I can tell you right away, I can tell you right now, that happens quite a lot in this game. So that was not the first and only time you see a zombie just hanging out underwater before it just comes up out of it. But anyway, it looks like I'm very close to a resistance hideout, or like a resistance outpost, resistance base, whatever you want to call them, camp. And yeah, there they are. Look, that's a decent indicator that I'm very close to friendlies. Yeah. Hello? Aren't you gonna let me in, or at least, comment on me? I'm a local celebrity, guys. You can't just... Is this a glitch or a bug? Is something going on that's not supposed to be going? No. You know what? I take it back. It's not a glitch. It's just that I'm supposed to approach this gate, this makeshift gate, in my airboat. And since I'm on foot right now, the script doesn't kick in. So those guys, they can't recognize that I'm even there. For them, I'm not even there because I'm supposed to be in the airboat. So I'm just gonna lob a couple grenades, just give these guys a little, wake up call, a bit of a jolt, and I'm going to double back and climb back into my airboat. And
You're Freeman, aren't you?
there we go.
I couldn't see with my own eyes. Dr. Gordon Freeman himself.
Gee, I really wonder how you figured that one out, buddy, that I'm Freeman. It probably took every fiber of your being to kind of, put those two puzzles together. My goodness.
Just in time, Doc. We gotta move out before the Combine picks us up. We're just getting ready to pull out.
And welcome, we have finally made it to the gun cave.
Camping, get out of here.
Or at least, that's what Combine Wikipedia has named this place. It's not really a cave to me.
Come on in. I'll show you what you're up against.
More like a hideout based in a tunnel or a drain canal, whatever. Because, let's be honest, who am I to gainsay the great Combine Wiki and every single person that has ever contributed to it over the years? So gun cave it is. And it looks like I've caught these guys 1 foot out the door, and they were just about to abandon this outpost. Apparently, I've been stirring up hell all over the goddamn canals. So now with the Combine, pushing in with more troops to apprehend me, it's no longer safe for the resistance to hang around these outposts. So they are pulling out. And, it looks like I'm just in time for my airboat to be outfitted with just a little extra firepower. But before I let that happen, I'm going to arrange these barrels in a way that would hopefully will block this board from approaching my boat. I don't want him anywhere near my boat, so I'm just going to move all these crates and barrels and just pile them up in his way, just like that. That should...
Come on, get in here.
Oh. And it looks like... Yeah, it's working. Look at that. You're not getting anywhere near my boat, buddy. You're not... That's not going to happen today. So I don't... What? How did... Did you just warp right through that barricade like it was nothing? Well, I didn't know you guys, had it in you, but whatever. So, yeah, and by the way, they are completely invincible to all friendly damage, all these guys. Now, note my airboat and where it is. It's nowhere near the jetty. It's all the way, up the canal. And now look, suddenly it's lined up just perfectly for that guy to work on it and, outfit it with that gun.
Damn, it's just up ahead. Eli's hideout is here.
And if you watch him long enough, you will actually see, you can actually catch that exact moment when the gun just appears out of nowhere on top of your boat.
His magic on your airboat, so you'll have a little more firepower going forward.
And yeah, so this guy wants me to take a look at this map of the canals, which by the way is it's not 100% consistent with how the canals work in the actual game, but it's close enough. So I believe this map comes from some kind of earlier, not necessarily Half-Life 2 beta, but from an earlier version. And this map is of Seattle or somewhere in that proximity, in the proximity of Seattle. So I don't even know what these maps are doing here. We're nowhere near Seattle. But because Valve is based in Bellevue, I believe, which is very close to Seattle, so it may be like just kind of like an Easter egg or something. So this fella, I'm not leaving him alone, and I'm going to do this. Come on, follow me. Huh?
There we are. That gun came off one of the same hunter choppers that you're up against. I always like to bring a little irony to a firefight. Take that chopper down, and you should be able to tear on through to Eli's place.
Can't believe I'm even working with these fellas. They're dummies. Even worse than civil protection. But anyway, look at that. Now my airboat is has been upgraded. Has been upgraded, and now I can fire this mounted machine gun on things and take them out pretty quickly. By the way, this thing can peel you apart in second. Not these guys, of course, because they are friendlies. But for instance, you know, anything that's in my way, like metro cops or zombies, damn, you can tear them apart with this guy. Just shred them to ribbons. And I'm going to take my airboat just a bit out of this hideout, and then just try to climb back in over the gate. But that's not possible. There is an invisible wall. But anyway, once you cross a certain line, there's no going back. Those guys will just stand there like dummies, doing absolutely nothing. But whatever, I'm just gonna leave them as is. And there we are. It looks like that chopper is back. Well, apparently this thing cannot take the hint right well enough. So the only way to teach this guy some respect is to actually kick his ass. And, well, obviously, like right now, I'm completely safe. He won't come back. And I'm just going to investigate these jetties over here. There's obviously some stuff going on. Now, none of these counts as a lambda cache. So feel free to like blow by if you're not, you know, interested enough, of like maybe you're in a hurry to like really just, you know, skip this chapter. Some people don't like this chapter, but I do. But yeah, other than that, yeah, there's like a few things going on. Mostly just like nothing, you know, significant. But if you appreciate this game, you will appreciate this chapter for what it is. And I'm just going to dismount for just a quick second and do this. I'm going to climb inside this pipe that looks like it might be up to something. Now, I've never been inside this pipe before, and guess what? There is nothing. Well, so much for being curious and inquisitive and nosy, and it's a really nice stove. I'll get myself one of those these days. And look at that ledge. Not really a ledge, more like a waste disposal drain or something with a concrete ledge leading up to it. And it looks like I might be able to climb up there. Again, I've never tried that before, so this is like, I'm actually doing this, you know, blind mode. But no, I don't think you can climb up here. It's like either I'm not high enough to get up there, or there's like an invisible wall. This game believes in invisible walls. So anyway, let's just clippity-clop. Time's wasting. You know, they're really just been waiting for me up at Black Mesa East, and I hate to keep them waiting any longer. Oh, and it looks like civil protection just sprang the trap on me. I'm kind of trapped. But with this new gun, with this new, you know, mounted machine gun, really, there is no such thing as traps for me anymore, because now I can peel things apart. Just look at this. Really, I'm just tearing on through, you know, each and every type of obstacle there is. Look at these guys. Man, I'm butchering them. I'm just slaughtering civil protection today. I wonder if, like, how many lifetimes in jail have I earned so far? Like, how many? 10? 20? By local laws and customs, like how bad is it for me up to this point? And, you know, this reminds me, it's been a while since I had my last break, so I'm just going to break it off here and let you all guys, you know, kind of move on with your day. So I'll wrap this up here, and take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the last episode of this chapter. Bye.